Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today, we are going to look at an end-to-end process of Amazon FBA. I'm even going to give you a free checklist so that if you're doing this yourself, you can check things off as you do them, as you complete them. But first, before we do that, I want to mention that this is a giveaway video. If you comment down below with a useful comment, do not spam, please. Kind of keep your comments to a minimum. Don't comment like 20 times because it's a bit of admin for me. Yeah, today's a giveaway video. I'll be giving away up to £25. Wait till the end of the video and I'll announce who won the last one as well. So let's get right into this. And let me share my screen right away for you, okay? So I get asked, many times about the end-to-end process of Amazon FBA, like, what do I have to do first? I missed a step, for example, what can I do? So what I've done is I've created this checklist, and this is for people that are in my Amazon FBA course, and I'm going to be uploading a video for them today, like an update. I'm going to show you the course in a second, but I wanted to go through basically the step-by-step process, just so you guys can be aware of the end-to-end process. Of course, I'm not going to go into details with this. That's what the course is for. But for those people that maybe that are looking to get into it, but you don't quite understand what has to happen when, I think this is going to be a really valuable video for you. So, and I'm going to explain some things that are completely necessary and some things that are not necessary as well. So let's just kind of crack into this. So the first thing I've put into this is admin. So, for example, setting up a company and setting up a company bank account, they are not required for you to do. So they're not a legal requirement. However, I personally do recommend setting up companies just for the fact that there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do with tax and expenses and stuff like that you can't do as a sole trader. And have a look at my other video with, I spoke about like the 10 or the 7 advantages of having a limited company. So those are basically, that ties into this section here, okay? Company bank account, I personally want to keep my money, my company money, separate to my personal money. Again, watch that video to give you a better understanding as to why I do that. The next thing I look at doing is get an accountant. Now, there is a massive misconception with accountants, okay? A lot of people think that you have to pay them monthly. Now, for us, for the level of business that we're going to be operating, we're not going to be running payroll, we're not going to be doing loads of complicated stuff. You probably won't need to pay an accountant monthly because they'll be doing pretty much nothing for 11 and a half months out of the year. What is normal for accountancy of our size businesses is that they do the end of year accounts, they do some admin and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. So I pay my accountant once every year. My last bill, it's around here somewhere, was about £800. Now, that was not just my annual accounts. My annual accounts was about half of that. So again, it was about $350 and then plus VAT. But on top of that, I had some admin to do. I moved house, so I had to change my address. I also had a shareholder in the company. Someone else had a 50% stake in the company. I had to take full ownership of the company and do all the legalities with that. Most people will not have to do that, so do not worry. But again, look around that £400 to £600 mark per year for an accountant, okay? If someone's quoting you like £100 a month, just say thank you, but no thank you. Go and meet maybe 3 or 4 accountants, and what I personally look for is someone that I can relate to, someone that I can approach and ask questions, because again, I'm not an expert on accountancy. I want to be able to reach out and ask questions so I can understand more. I normally find with big firms, like big multinational corporations, they don't necessarily have that, and they charge more for their services. So personally, I look at family-run accountancies. They normally a little bit better in terms of service. You can also look into 2 types of insurance: product liability insurance and professional indemnity insurance. For example, if you're doing social media marketing, you would be looking at professional indemnity insurance, definitely. For Amazon FBA, the main thing is product liability insurance, but also professional indemnity is quite a good idea as well. But research those. Again, these are big topics, but these don't have to be done straight away, okay? If you want to set up Amazon FBA, you can start with your product research. However, if you actually want to make a serious business out of it and you are serious about the long-term growth of this business, I would definitely start with this admin section. So you can just tick these off as you go. Company account takes about 2 or 3 days to get your certificate. Bank account takes about 2 weeks. Accountant can be anywhere from a day to 3 months. It depends how fast you do it. You don't need it immediately. I would advise in the first 3 months of setting up your company, get an accountant. And then product reliability insurance, just before you get your product, or even as you're getting your product. That's again not immediate. Product research. The big thing that I stress is setting your goals. Everyone is going to have a different goal in mind. Some people want to make 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 a month or 500 a month. Now those goals dictate your product research criteria of what products you can actually afford, what profit margin you're looking to get, and how much you're looking to spend on a product. So setting your goals is super important. I do stress the importance of this is in my course, right? So you can tick that off, set your goals, put it on the whiteboard, put it on a piece of paper, whatever it may be. I massively believe in setting goals, okay? Searching for products. Now, searching for products, I think it's like 10, or I'll show you in a second, but I think it's like 10 or 12 different modules or videos just on searching for a product. So that is going to take up the majority of your time. And once you've found a product, you can tick that off, or you might not want to tick it off until you've actually ordered, but you want to check for patents. You want to check it's not restricted in any way whatsoever, so that you can actually sell it. If it's in a gated category, then you need to be aware of that, and you need to make sure you're ungated before you order your product, okay? So there's a whole bunch of stuff within checking the viability for your product, like checking seasonality. I see people buy seasonal products. For some reason, I don't know why, but they just don't realize they're seasonal. So there's loads of checks you have to go through on your product research, okay? And this is one big difference between my Amazon FBA course and other people's courses. They don't specifically go into detail with what you have to check. I put a screenshot on my Instagram just the other day where it was someone that made a $2,500 mistake for not checking a restriction, okay? Now, it could literally be solved within 10 minutes of research and save that person $2,500. But they just didn't know. They just didn't know to check it. So I really stress the importance of those. Check your sales figures using the 999 cart method, because all of this stuff, right, all searching for products using Jungle Scout is guesstimation, right? It's not tangible figures that are actually correct. And they're all guesses. They're all based off an algorithm. So you have to check your sales figures. That can take up to a week to check. And then you look for bundling options as well. This is super important if you want to stand out from the competition. Now, this product research stage can take anywhere from a week to 2 months, 3 months. It really depends on how much time you dedicate to it and how consistent you are and how diligent you are with looking for the patents and restrictions and seasonality, and particularly checking your sales figures, because you might want to monitor the top 5 sellers over the space of 2 weeks to really see how much they sell. Personally, I would do it at least for 5 days, just to check the sales figures, because it will fluctuate. All right. After you've found your product and you've ticked off all of these, then you can actually go and source a product. Now, some of these will have crossovers. For example, as soon as you find a product, you're going to start to get quotes straight away, because you want to quickly assess if there's going to be any sort of profit margin. Now, when you first get quotes, they will be higher than usual. So you have to take those prices with a pinch of salt, and be aware that you can definitely negotiate, okay? So you want to find gold suppliers that with trade assurance as well. Again, if you don't know that, you can have a look at some of my other videos and get some quotes. And this one is so important. Build a rapport and negotiate. So if you start emailing suppliers, and your second email is, can you do a cheaper price? The answer is probably going to be no, all right? The whole part of negotiation is you're building a rapport, and you want them to do business with you, okay? Once you have that rapport, you can negotiate very, very effectively. So this is super important and a big part of what I teach. You want to organize your bundles, and after you're happy with that, you want to get a sample, okay? Some products you may not want to, but I would recommend getting a sample to check the quality. And after you've done that, if you're happy with it, get your logo designed. If you have packaging, have that designed. Look at any legal requirements for your packaging. For example, having a made in China label on it. Or if you have a bag, I think if what's this called, a zip tie bag, if the gap is more than 6 inches, or I think it's 5 or 6 inches when it's laid down flat, you have to have a disclaimer on your bag, so like stop from suffocation and stuff like that. So there are a few things that you have to do for your packaging, right? And again, you don't want to be stuck with 400 units that don't meet Amazon's criteria, or they don't meet kind of legalities and stuff like that. So just check. Again, a package designer, if they are professional, they'll probably know their stuff, okay? Get a formal quote. So this is when you're in Alibaba and you actually get a formal quote where you can look for it, you can look through the contract, read it, make sure you read it, look at the fine detail, and then again, go on to the next stage, which would be ordering. So if this is all good, you have a good product, you're looking like you're gonna make a lot of money, all right? So when you go up to the ordering stage, just before you order, I would set up the Amazon seller account. This is also how you can start to add your product, and you can just double check that there's not any restrictions on it, because when you go to add a product, it will tell you. Get your barcode from somewhere like Barcode Mania. That will cost about $3 or $4. It takes about 24 hours to get. So again, you're going to need that really before you order, so you don't hold up the manufacturing process. You need to get your EORI number, which is a UK requirement or an EU requirement if you're importing goods into Europe, and that is free to get. It takes about 24 hours. You actually need to order your product, so you need to pay. Some people will have 30% like down payment and then 70% upon completion of manufacturing. Some will be 100% up front. It just depends on your manufacturer, but you need to order your products, get the barcode sent over to them, get the shipping label sent over to them. There we go, send logo, create shipping plan, send supplier, and shipping label. So these are little tick boxes that this will happen. All this stuff will happen very, very quickly, right? This should be within the same day, right? So you have your EORI, you have your barcode, and then you do all this stuff literally within the same day of ordering. You want to get that stuff over to them as quick as possible so they can get your products to Amazon as quick as possible. You then wait, right? You wait for delivery. Upon your goods arriving in the UK, or whatever country you're in actually, you will have to pay customs duty and VAT if you're in Europe. And then from that point, once you've paid that, it might be over the phone, it might be bank transfer, you might get an invoice in the post. So that will happen at some point. It just depends on what carrier you use. So if it's FedEx, DHL, or Sea Shipping, or whatever. You wait for Amazon to receive your delivery. So you're going to get an email from Amazon say that your goods have been received, and or if you're using FedEx, it will say if it's been delivered. There might be a wait. So for example, if you were to have your items delivered at this time of year, that might be a 2 or 3 week wait for your items that they've arrived at Amazon, and it has taken them 2 or 3 weeks to actually receive them and have them available to sell. My first shipment, it took about 4 or 5 days. My next shipment, my next product, I expect it to take about 2 weeks because it's the peak time of year. It could take a little bit longer, but should be selling for New Year. Optimization. So once your products are in, well, some of this you would actually do sooner. So once you've created your Amazon seller account, you can actually start working on all of your actual products, your actual product page. So you need to do all your keyword research. This is so important. Do not skip it. You need to get reverse ASIN searches. So what that is you look at your competitors and you see what keywords that they're actually ranking for. And if they're ranking for those keywords, what you want to do as a seller is optimize your page for those same keywords, and you're going to take their traffic, all right? The traffic's going to come. They know it's making sales. You're going to take some of it by having a better listing, have a better optimized page, better photos, better reviews, okay? So keyword research, massively important. You're going to have the best and most optimized title, description, and bullet points. You're going to get your product photos professionally created. Again, don't skimp on this sort of stuff. And then you're going to optimize the whole back end so that you have a killer product listing, an absolute killer product listing. Now, this stuff isn't just a one-time thing. You will come back to this to continue to optimize it, particularly with your PPC strategy over here, okay? So when you go to launch, you need at least 5 reviews, okay? I would say try and get 10 to 15 reviews. These might be from friends or family, or you might use giveaways, or you might do discounts, but get as many reviews as you can. You want to spike that Amazon algorithm. You want to get as many sales as quick as possible so that you can rank your product up quicker and quicker and quicker. The more reviews, the more trust you're going to have in your product, which means your PPC campaign will be more effective, okay? Again, optional giveaways, create discount codes, again, set up autoresponder. This is super important if you want to get organic reviews. Is have an autoresponder like JumpSend, which now works in the UK. So when the customer orders, they get an email from you saying, "Thank you so much for ordering. We're packaging your products now or sending it over to you. Should arrive shortly. If there's any problems, email us here." Right? And you'll then have another one when it's arrived saying, "Oh, we've been notified that the package has arrived. Again, if there's any problems, we'd love to hear from you." And then the third one might be after a few days saying, "Hey, we hope you're enjoying your product. If not, send us an email here." If so, if you're enjoying it, hey, we would love to hear your feedback, because we're a family-run business and reviews are our lifeblood, right? So there's a whole kind of autoresponder campaign you can set up. A great thing you can do is you can buy your competitor's product, the top competitor with the most reviews, and you can see if they have an email responder, okay? If they have one, then obviously don't steal exactly what they're doing, but take influence from what they're doing, because guess what? It's working. As soon as you have your optimized page, you have all your product photos, turn on auto PPC, okay? Super easy, just literally to tick box. Wait a week or two for your data. You need information, and you're going to optimize that PPC, so pay per click campaign, onto a manual campaign. Again, this stuff, if you don't know it, do not worry. It's all covered in loads of YouTube videos. It's covered in my course as well. You then want to scale the PPC so you can get that #1 spot on the for the main keywords. And then again, if you're continuing to make money, you can keep that running. If you want to like bring down the PPC, then you can do that as well. But there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do around PPC, which I discussed in the course. And then for advanced exposure, you can use social media, so Instagram, Facebook. You can create websites, you can create comparison blogs, and a whole bunch of stuff to increase the notoriety of your product itself, right? Increase the brand image. Some people might not want to do it with the type of product. Some people will want to do that. So it's kind of optional, but if you're looking for more sales and more organic sales, then this is a great way to do it, right? You want to get as many eyes on your product as possible. The last thing you want to do is continue to optimize your product page into the future, and really just repeat the process start to finish for your next product. So once you have your 14-day payouts from Amazon, you can start this process all over again with your setting your goals for the next product, which might be, again, a little bit different. You might have more money to play with, and just continue on. And actually, the second time you do it, this process will be a lot quicker. What you'll probably do is these two will go together. They'll be kind of merged into one section. Your ordering, again, you won't need to do a lot of this stuff. You'll have to get your barcode, which will be nice and easy. ERI you won't need. Logo, you might already have it. Shipping plan will take a fraction of the time. So all of this stuff will kind of be merged into one once you've done it once. The optimization you might even do, like for example, I've got my reverse ASIN searches and my keyword research before I've even ordered my next product, because it's when you have downtime, when you're ordering and you're waiting for quotes, you're waiting for package design and stuff like that. You can do this sort of stuff, but the first time you do it, I would do it in a linear order so that you don't get too confused with what you're doing and you don't miss steps, okay? So this is it, right, guys? This is Amazon FBA. There are a lot of intricate details within these certain tick boxes. So what I'm going to very quickly show you is the actual video course that I have that goes through a lot of these, which I'm adding to it quite a lot now. So let me head over and go to that, and then we're going to do the giveaway for today. So this is the Amazon FBA UK course, and actually this is kind of relevant to most of Europe as well, because the European Union has a lot of similar laws. The only things that you will have to look for is restrictions and different tax laws and stuff like that, but it's all very, very similar in Europe, okay? So I have some really kind of interesting stuff about introduction and how much money you're going to need, when you're going to need it, because that's maybe a little misconception as well. I have a few modules on creating your company. Some things I get asked about trademarked a lot, so I decided to create a little video about trademarking, how to do it, how much it costs, why you would do it, why you wouldn't do it. I personally wouldn't do it straight away unless you're making money from your product and you have a really strong brand image. But again, you can do it. It costs about £100. Getting accountants, how to find them, insurance. This is a big one, right? Even though these are only 3 videos, these are ones that people really, really get stuck on, okay? But actually, they're not that hard. So I go through UK taxes and duty just over here. The biggest section of the course by a long way is the product research strategy. So as I said, when in the last, in the PDF, do your product research, that's this whole thing, right? And this is probably about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours now, because I've added a couple of modules since I released it. But that's big. This is one of the big sections. The other big section is sourcing your product. Again, so important. These 2 sections, guys, they are the most important sections. This is why they are the biggest, and they probably cover 2.5 hours in total, right? As we go down, we talk about shipping your product, actually paying VAT and customs. So these are things I get, again, asked quite a lot: sea shipping, air shipping, all that sort of stuff. And then creating your killer product listing. So how you can actually improve on your competition and make a really, really, really good product listing so that you're going to basically take other people's sales, and that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to steal their traffic. Finally, as we go down, we've got Amazon advertising, some of the kind of the basic stuff you need to know, like, you know, the manual PPC optimization, which again, it's a bigger video when you can look at all of them. I actually show you on Seller Essential how you can do that, and there's a couple of ways of doing it as well, which is quite interesting. We then go to some of the advanced techniques when, you know, when I talk about at the very end about building your social platforms, your social proof, then this is basically how we do it. I even go through how to collect emails for giveaways for a product launch through Facebook, and how you can actually create your discount codes on Amazon Seller Central, how you can get them onto a Facebook advert, so when people press get offer, then they get the discount code straight away. So it's really kind of cool, this section, and even stuff like leveraging influencers. Again, it depends on the product, so this might not be for everyone. The icing on the cake, though, this is something that I haven't seen anyone do, is getting ungated in all categories. And you know, this does work. And you might say, well, why are there so many different categories that you know, are they different? Some of them are different, some of them are not. Some of them require more you know, bits of documents and things you need to do. For example, beauty, health and personal care are a bit harder. Grocery is a bit harder as well. Whereas you look at apparel, very easy. Automotive, very easy. Jewelry is a bit different. Watches is a bit different. So these are the ones that the ones that people most want to get ungated in are beauty, health and personal care, and grocery. Just to give you an idea, guys, I am ungated in health and personal care. Now, take from that what you will, but I am ungated in that area. Okay, so that is basically, I go through exactly how you're going to do it, so that this is going to open up so many more products for you. You don't have to only choose the ungated sections, right? You can press all. If you want to search all products on Jungle Scout, you can. It's just that you need to be aware of what you need to do if you find a product within those categories that are gated, okay? And there are really specific things that you need to do, and if you don't do them correct, you're not going to get ungated, okay? At the very end, we have a little summary of just kind of the end-to-end process, which is kind of what I'm going through today, and kind of when to do certain things. A little weekly Q&A, so if people ask questions that come up again and again and again, then either I'll put them into this section or I'll add them into the individual section themselves, which I've done a couple of times, just as questions have come up, which I thought were going to be really useful for everyone. And then finally, what we have is my affiliate program. So you can be an affiliate of this course. You have to be a student, because I want people to have done the course to be able to promote it. If they think it's good, they can promote it to their family and friends or whatever. But that's the kind of the last section, just if you do want to do that, but of course it's not necessary at all. And once you get into the course, you of course have access to the private Facebook group. Well, squeaky chair, sorry. But what I'm offering for you guys today, I'm actually going to be able to give you, I'm going to give you this Amazon checklist if you'd like it. So if you hit the second link in the description, which is the free Amazon FBA UK Facebook group, I'm going to upload this today, so you can kind of download this, you can stick it on your wall, you can print it out, and you can actually use it. Which would be a nice little bonus for you. And of course, if you're looking to get into the course, is the first link in the description. Once you do that, you get my support for, I haven't put a time limit on it, but I reckon it takes about anywhere between 1 and 3 months to get your product out. So you're definitely going to have the support for that entire process, you know, via emails, the Facebook group, that support network, and your peers around you as well. But to be honest, with the course, the reason I've created like this is so that a lot of questions will be answered within the course if you just watch it and you take notes. So all in all, I think that's about 5.5 hours of content back to back. So yeah, if you are in the course, let me know in the comments. If you're interested in getting it, then of course, you know, ping me a message and I'm happy to answer any questions. And again, if you like the Amazon FBA checklist, then just go ahead and join the free Amazon FBA Facebook group, second link in the description, and you'll find that in the files section. If you go to the left-hand side, you can click files, or I think it's uploads or something, and you'll be able to download that. Among other things, I've got, for example, a accountancy template. So I have my actual template that I use for my accountancy. I've actually uploaded that into there as well, because lots of people ask me for that. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's go ahead and get into the giveaway. Okay, so a couple of days ago, I did I spoke about the rollover for the PayPal giveaways. If people don't, so basically, if the winner does not get in touch, then it's going to roll over to the next video. So this amount of money is going to roll over. So the first thing we're going to do is pick a winner. I've loaded up the URL in here. So here we go. Start raffle. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? So it's Barnaby Bell. You are the winner, my friend. You said, awesome video, such great information, very useful, free advice. Thank you for that comment. Barnaby, you have won. So if you would like to claim your prize, you need to email me at info@johnnybradley.com. If you could just send a screenshot of you signed into your YouTube account so I know it's you. And of course, let me know what currency you would like to receive your money in. So if it's dollars or pounds or euros or whatever, and do that within the next 12 hours. So if you don't do it within the next 12 hours, the money will roll over to the next giveaway. So that's really, really important. Let's go ahead and find out how much you're going to win. So I've got a little random number generator. You're going to win anywhere between £5 and £25. Just going to generate a number here. It's just a cheeky 10, right? Just a cheeky £10. Going to write that down for you, Barnaby. 10 for B. £10. Barnaby Bell. Cool, guys. So if you want to enter this giveaway, just comment in the comment in the comments below. Do not spam. Just a couple of comments if you want to enter what you thought of the video, if you thought it was useful, anything like that. And of course, you can put yourself forward for the next giveaway, which could be tomorrow, it could be the day after. You never really know because I don't really plan this sort of stuff. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have notifications turned on so you can see these videos, you can enter the giveaways, all that sort of stuff. Comment, like, all that sort of stuff. And I will see you, of course, tomorrow. Bye-bye.